Welcome to Action Hound Media, the site and channel all about action. Life's boring, get some more action into your life. This week we are talking about the origins of Muay Thai. I did a Muay Thai video before, but let's go a little bit deeper and find out how it all got started and a little bit about the history of Muay Thai. The martial art Muay Thai, often called Thai boxing, originated in Thailand and has deep historical and cultural roots. Muay Thai is the national sport of Thailand. How badass is that? Here is a breakdown of its origins and development. In the ancient beginnings of Muay Thai, pre-13th century, Muay Thai evolved from older martial arts traditions like Muay Boran, a battlefield fighting technique used by Siamese soldiers. These techniques were designed for hand-to-hand combat in warfare when weapons were lost or broken. In the 13th and 18th century, during these periods, Muay Thai became a part of military training. It also gained popularity as a sport and cultural activity, often performed in festivals and royal courts. Fighters wrapped their hands in hemp rope, a style called Muay Kar Chuek, to protect their fists and increase damage. Later on in the 19th century, King Rama V played a significant role in formalizing and promoting Muay Thai. He held regular contests and developed a ranking system for fighters. I think this is when the King's Cup started coming into play, where fighters all came together and fought for the King's Cup. I believe there was no weight classes and they just fought for weeks on end until finally there was one champion. So the sport began to resemble a national tradition and a symbol of Thai identity. So in the modern era of the 20th century, Western boxing actually influenced Muay Thai, introducing the use of gloves, rings, timed rounds, and rules. Muay Thai became Thailand's national sport with international competitions, standardized training, and global recognition. Some of the key elements of Muay Thai, it's called the art of the 8 limbs. You're like, where do you get 8 limbs from? But besides your 2 fists and your 2 legs, you have your 2 knees and you have your 2 elbows. So you have your hands, your feet, and they're also including your elbows and your knees as part of the 8 limbs. Muay Thai is a brutal sport, mainly focusing on really hitting hard, powerful strikes. There's a lot of clinch work in Muay Thai, and it involves a lot of conditioning and mental discipline. So there's a lot of also body conditioning because you take a lot of shots. It's also considered attrition fighting. Sometimes you'll have 2 kickboxers going into the ring, and they'll just be blasting away each other until somebody gives up. Not really my style of fighting, but that's what they used to do. And when the Western world started training in Muay Thai and getting involved with fighting in Thailand, that kind of changed because there was more movement and the European and American fighters would move a lot more, and it would be less of an attrition fighting thing, but more relying on skill and movement. So then you saw a change from like European and American fighters starting to win fights when before they were totally dominated. So what's the difference between Muay Thai and Muay Boran? Muay Boran is the older, more traditional style used in combat and is less regulated. Muay Thai is the sportified version adapted for safety and competition. So that's why we know the sport Muay Thai. We're more familiar with Muay Thai than Muay Boran. Now, there is also a myth that in Muay Thai or Muay Boran, there'd be glass shards put on their knuckles when they fought, and they dip their hands in glue and resin and then dip their hands in the glass. That is not a part of Muay Thai. That is just a myth. It's often linked to Muay Thai, but that doesn't really happen. It was actually popularized in the film Kickboxer in 1989 with Jean-Claude Van Damme. You saw him, there were scenes where fighters wrapped their hands, dipping them in glue and then into broken glass, and then they would fight. But that is not authentic Muay Thai. So people that think that they fought with glass shards, it's not true. It's just a myth. Kind of cool though if they did though, right? Now the interesting thing about Muay Thai is that it is very much linked to underground fighting. While illegal underground fights in Southeast Asia may use dangerous practices like using the glass shards, this is not recognized as sanctioned or any kind of legitimate Muay Thai organization. These are extremely unsafe, criminal, and condemned by the Thai fighting community. So there was actually an episode on underground fighting with the series Trafficked on Hulu, which was very interesting. So there are places in Thailand, in Southeast Asia, where we do have underground fights. They're held in secret locations where there's betting on it, warehouses, that type of thing, remote bars, private compounds, and they bet on it. And there was a lack of medical staff or referees or any kind of safety protocol. So this is like a very dangerous type of fighting. Underground fighting involves gambling, organized crime, and very dangerous match conditions. So what's interesting though is a lot of the Muay Thai boxers, the underground ones, do go to bare knuckle competition, and that is another topic to be talked about in the future. But there is a bare knuckle fighting league, and they get fighters from Thailand who compete in these underground matches where there is this no rules, bare knuckle fighting. They get these guys and they bring them over to the States or to Europe, and they get them to fight in bare knuckle brawls. So I mean, like, where do they get fighters for underground fights, right? Some are former or low tier fighters that are looking to make some money in these high stakes underground matches. Of course, this happens in countries like Thailand and other Southeast Asia places where there is less regulation of these underground type of competitions, and they do go on. I've also heard in the Philippines that they had underground stick fighting matches. I was looking into it but couldn't find one myself, although that I will try again in the future to get a look at that. The risks and realities of underground fighting, well, of course, injury and death are more likely to happen with these unregulated arenas, and also fighting without gloves. Fighters can be rigged or influenced by betting outcomes. Hey, fighters may not get paid and can be threatened. And there's no career legitimacy or record gained from these fights. So you can't really keep track of like how many fights they won, how many fights they lost, and that type of thing. But Muay Thai is what Thailand is known for, and it is the respected national art and career path for many. I've heard of Muay Thai boxers. They start when they're little kids. They use Thai boxing as a way to earn money, to have a career, as opposed to, like, there's so few jobs and so few ways to make money in Thailand that a lot of guys turn to Thai boxing to try to earn a living. I also heard that many Thai boxers don't last till 45 because, again, it is an attrition sport. And this might have changed of recent years, but it is an attrition sport, and the constant abuse of their bodies breaks down their organs, and a lot of these guys aren't lasting past the age of 45 from all the damage they've done to their body, especially when they start when they're really small. You know, you're starting from like 6 or 7 years old, and you're blasting each other with kicks and that type of thing. Do that for 20 or 30 years, I think your organs are going to just get totally damaged. So anyway, underground Muay Thai is real, but it's not part of the respected tradition. It's dangerous and often criminal, and far removed from the disciplined or practiced in gyms and stadiums like Lupini or Rajadamnern. I can't even say the names of these places. I hope I'm saying them right. But there are many underground fighting arenas in Thailand, what is called Cheom Porn. There's also, believe it or not, there's also a prison fight program in Thailand, a chance for fighters to reclaim their freedom. Thai prisons such as Klong Prem allow inmates to earn sentence reductions through sanctioned Muay Thai bouts. Fighters compete under formal rules, often with referee oversight and protective gear, and they fight to reduce their sentences. Bangkok has underground fight clubs. There are unofficial underground circuits in Bangkok operating via secret Facebook groups, often bare knuckle or minimally regulated bouts. So if you're into underground fighting, you got to check out Bangkok and their underground fight clubs. Fighters endure brawling style matches in improvised areas. Some participants have transitioned into formal fighting careers, though many remain anonymous. This gritty subculture blurs the line between local spectacle and brutal street combat. I'm talking about these places in Thailand and Southeast Asia, but there are fight clubs and underground fighting here in America, and that's another topic we will be looking at in the future, because I know of some underground fighters. We're going to interview them and find out more about underground fighting and check that out. But anyway, that is what I can tell you about the origins of Muay Thai. A very brutal sport, a very interesting sport. Anyway, that's it from this end. Action Hounds Unite. Peace.